Alright. I'm thinking... Oh, shit. Good morning? Oh, it wants to show me what that thing is.
What the hell is that thing?
Good question. What is that thing? Obviously, it wants me to, see before I get down there.
The sand is shaking. Not good.
I'm assuming I'm safe up on the rocks. Some of those pustules are down here. Well, there's a lot more than one of you, huh? Right. I was gonna say, this will be my last one. I'm thinking I'll do 3 today, and then maybe try to wrap up the game tomorrow. And then I don't know what I'll do for... Oh, shit! Hi! Don't know what I'll do for Thursday, but this Friday, Resident Evil 3's remake will finally release. And so far, the early review copies that people have been getting, they've said the game is very fucking good. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do that for the channel. Do I have to do this again? I do. Alright, let that be a lesson. Don't get eaten, otherwise you have to sit through this cutscene every time.
What the hell is that thing? The sand is shaking. Not good.
Oh, can I climb up right there? Was I dumb? I think I was dumb. Fuck, I forgot the oxygen this time. I am very low.
I feel tremors.
So I'm guessing next I gotta get to that ledge right there. Under 50% oxygen. I should have refilled. Oh shit, what the hell? Why were you right there? Why? I was clearly not as observant as I thought I was. Fuck. Alright, this time we're going to refill my oxygen. And we're going to try to pay more attention. Here we go with this cutscene again. Wish I could skip it.
What the hell is that thing?
Also, why is it down here? Alright, there's no sand near me.
The sand is shaking. Not good.
Okay. Safe. So, Ah, you get really close to that spot. You're the one that caught me. Where'd you go? There you are. So wait for you to dissipate, where then you probably reset over there. Okay. Now go.
I feel tremors.
Climb.
Symbols. Language. An unlocking mechanism.
What are you doing?
That did something. Holy shit, it's spinning faster. It's working.
Okay, I got a checkpoint.
That again.
Oh fuck. Ugh, I didn't check around me before I jumped. Look before you leap. Check both ways. Yada yada yada. Stop being a dumbass is also a good one. At least I got a checkpoint. I don't have to deal with that cutscene anymore, but still, fucking idiot. Don't kill yourself. Okay. Hey, I made this leap. I mean, there's nothing up here, but I'm up here. Okay. Watch the sands around. Make sure there's no worm. My oxygen level went back down. What the fuck? That kind of bullshit checkpoint? There he is. Get on out of here.
The sand is shaking. Not good.
See any ledges to climb, so I can only assume that I had to run from here. Don't see any shifting sands nearby. Still looks clear.
I feel tremors.
Okay, now what? Do I just go?
I'm gonna try to barricade the door.
No, it's already here. You can't.
You fucking bastards! You're gonna have to tear me apart.
Josie. Oh my God, Josie. Shit. Josie is. Hold on.
Yeah, like I'm still not entirely certain that whatever is going on right now is even real. Like I feel like Shane's been kind of like fucking hallucinating this whole time. Oh. We're here. That must be Josie.
The moons loom above us, drawing closer together with every second.
No, Josie. My God.
I like that they had to give her that flare just to make sure you didn't miss her.
Declan. Fuck, this can't be happening.
Shane, listen to me. You can't trust her. She isn't who you think. And if she is who you think, she doesn't deserve you.
Can't really see what I'm trying to recreate here. That looks right.
Yes. Quickly to the next. The moon's drawing nearer. Illuminate the ancient machine while there's still time.
You know, this is actually feeling kind of final.
You must. You must. Tendrils of blue, slithering along the spine of time. They thrust themselves into the ether, tear at the fabric.
None of these sides look right. Oh, I can flip it. I mean, that's kind of right.
Just one more. Do it, Shay. You are the king. Wondrous light. Return for us. Bridge the dimensions. And show. Repair the drift. Shining, luminous. Did you hear it singing? It sings, Shay. I can feel it. The energy. It's weakening. There is still hope. The moons must not align. Go, my son. It shines with the brightness of infinite knowledge. Do not fear it. No, your friends. They died to help you. Finish what they started.
That looks close enough, I think.
It's in place. Got this works. Jesus! What's happening?
jumped right in that fucking gap there. Whoa. Going too fast, too furious. Am I jumping into the water? I guess so.
The engine can be reborn. Every sacrifice, the moons, the dreams, phobos and deimos. We must close the rift, shut the gate. Hey, you are here for a reason. You were marked, sent here, chosen.
I don't know what's going on. It's all falling apart. Everything. What do I have to do?
To the moons. You must go to the moons. There is no other way. Fly to the stars, to where the Cyrano broke the barrier and slipped from the sky.
Whatever that fucking means. Okay.
The launch pad. The Invictus should be ready to fly.
I believe in you.
Last man on Mars. Meerkat's not doing so great. Probably should have restored my oxygen.
You can do this. First step, get to the command console.
Retrace their path. Complete the ritual.
Command console
Something
is...
got here before me. Not good.
Now, honestly, for a while I thought that plant monster was Lucas until we, actually saw his corpse. I was gonna say, I'm guessing I probably need to get the fuck out of this room. You have so little get up and go for someone who's about to die. Fucking hell, it's a long ass ladder. Okay, how do I get out?
Shit. There's more in the sand. Those things are back. That rock should be safe.
Shit. I can deal with you fuckers again. Obviously that rock will be next, so I can get the stairs. Go on, make your stupid fucking rounds. You see shit. Fuck you.
Made it. Hope to God the ship pulls together.
Probably have to close that, right? Some oxygen. Don't want that to run out on me while I'm trying to do this important shit. Alright, up we go.
Getting close. Just need a little more time. I never thought I'd be leaving Mars this way. Lucas, Ina, Josie, Declan. This one's for you. Everything needs to be green. This is it.
Everything looks green to me.
Now, starting the countdown.
Should I be looking somewhere else other than this because I can't move my camera? Groans of G-force causing discomfort.
Clear of the atmosphere. Trajectory is set. What do we do next? Up? Are we there?
What did just happen?
This is everything you are. Just you alone. It's time, Shane.
Time for what?
Hush, my sweet boy. It's almost over.
No, this is wrong. You want to release those things.
They must be free, so that I can be freed. You destroyed the Gaia engine with your corrupted hands. Please, Shane, help me.
How?
I'm ready. Mars sucks.
Yeah, fuck it. Launch the payload. I'm gonna die out here in space anyway. Fuck the rest of the universe. Bring on Cthulhu! Oh, I destroyed them. I guess if I was gonna just unleash the Cthulhu, then shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just waited till I suffocated. And I'm dead. I am adrift in space.
Astronomers continue to be baffled by the sudden disappearance of the moons of Mars.
Well, this is my destiny. This is where I'm gonna be forever.
NASA has called a press conference to address the speculation that a manned secret mission.
I like that I can look around even though I'm pretty sure I'm dead. This has been an interesting adventure, to say the least. There were, let's see, opinions. There were a lot of segments, specifically in the beginning, that, as I've said many times, felt very much on a rail. I was just a passenger along someone else's story. Which, I mean, I guess that could be the definition of pretty much any fucking video game anywhere, ever, but, like... I guess what I'm trying to say is... It wasn't until towards the end when my actions actually started to have consequence, like I could get myself caught and killed by simply not paying enough attention, that the game really felt like I was in a any kind of like horror situation. Otherwise, it was just, oh, there's another threat. Well, if I turn this way, I'm going to completely ignore it and then just keep going forward. So, even in the very beginning when they first revealed the weird plant hybrid monster guy, he didn't even really last that long in that segment, and even when he showed up again in the underground facility, he was just kind of gone. As soon as he showed up, it was basically just to be like, hey, look, this thing is here. And then, obviously, with the handprint on the elevator, like I said, the disassociation between the player movements and the voice acting also didn't help, because the emotion was never properly, like, presented. It was never really a joint effort. Like, I'm not going to frantically swing my camera all around to act like this guy is to act like I'm in the same mindset as this guy when I'm not. So I feel like situations like that probably should have been cinematic. Though the game had very few actual cutscenes, if I recall. Like, there didn't really seem to be a whole lot of things that were outside of my control. Typically, it was me as the one in charge and moving the body at all times, so... I guess there is... Oh, I guess I can't skip these. I guess there is that much, which kind of takes away a bit. I mean, obviously I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil lately with the marathon going on, so obviously I have too much of a survival horror to really compare this to, sort of thing, but at the same time it's like when, even in the first Resident Evil, when it was, you know, just obviously just a remake from the ground. Like, it wasn't a remake of the ground up from like 2 was. It was just a remake in the terms of just remodeling the whole thing. Like the voice acting and the overall feel was still just as bad, and to where you're definitely not there for the story kind of situation. And I feel like this was kind of more of the same. Like, you're definitely not here to be invested in these characters. You're here more to lose yourself in this world, like in this alternate sci-fi reality that Cthulhu is secretly sleeping. Well, the dreamers, I guess they can't outright say Cthulhu because, you know, I guarantee they can't claim any kind of copyright entities. But like the dreamers are here in the moons of Mars, and they have been for since time immemorial. So that kind of, that whole premise is what you're supposed to be paying more attention to, not so much the characters or their interactions. You're not supposed, I mean, even when I was fighting Velikova, Plant Lady, her voice lines never really seemed to sync up well with her body language. So it's just clear that the acting in general was never meant to be the primary focus. It was always supposed to just be the narrative itself. Which, the narrative itself, once I got through the boring, like, oh, go from point A to point B, you're a scientist on Mars, do this, this, and that. When things actually started to take the turn into, like, the mental sort of landscapes, and then it kind of cracked itself wide open with the whole concept of an underground facility they never even knew about, that was when things actually started to interest me more. Because then things were just a lot less predictable. But even in that grand scheme, it's like even the monsters, well, quote unquote monsters, just the robots, the androids or whatever, the security protocol things down in that facility, even they apparently weren't that much of a threat. They would hit you once, wouldn't kill you, and then they'd go right back to their containment. So after realizing that they weren't going to be an outright instant kill, that kind of took some of the danger away from it. But all in all, yeah, I enjoy this game. I'd say it's a solid little adventure. And but I mean, ultimately, in terms of any kind of horror game that I will ever play, I feel that there's a lot to live up to in my experiences. Like Evil Within 2, honestly, was one of the best horror games I've ever played. Only for the sake of sorry if you've never played it, but for the sake of Anima, which is the manifestation of Sebastian's past, and how he could never truly escape the other realm that like haunts him. That whole segment, because you have no means to defend yourself, and if you do get caught, it is instant death. That is by far one of the parts that I've just loved every second of in terms of horror. And obviously, you know, Resident Evil 2, the remake, was really good, simply from being a grounds-up reimagining of the second game. But as you might have seen when I was playing it, after a while it stopped being scary so much as, I mean, the first time through it was pretty scary, yeah, I'll admit that. But the second time through, obviously, you're kind of adjusted to it, but at the same time, I think that just allows everything to be more frustrating. Like, the whole premise that Mr. X no longer scares me when I see him. Instead, it's just every time he was come marching down a corridor or be hiding right behind a door I had to go through, suddenly that just becomes more of an annoyance than anything scary. So, ultimately, scares are good until you kind of become used to them. And that's really what makes horror such a hard genre to create the perfect game for. Like, even back when it was a horror phenomenon, the surprise that took the world by storm, Five Nights at Freddy's. Everyone was playing it, everyone said it was the most terrifying thing they'd ever played because it put you in a situation that people weren't used to, where you were stuck in one spot and the horror was coming to you. And the most you could do was try to halt it. That, in its initial rendition, apparently everyone was shitting their pants, like nonstop. It was a horrible situation to be in. But then, you know, years down the line, they're on the fucking 5th or 6th game now. It's such a repetitive formula that there are people who literally can just sit through any of the new games and not even blink anymore. So, and that's really the whole thing that makes horror difficult, is that you have to be something new, something fresh, something that clearly gives a sense of danger, and something that doesn't eventually turn to just being irritating. And I have high hopes for the remake of Resident Evil 3. I have very high hopes for it, because from what I understand, Nemesis is by far way worse than Mr. X ever was, but I am also afraid at the same possibility of, much like Mr. X, he will devolve from scary to just annoying, depending on whatever I'm trying to do at the same time. Are these credits just forever? I mean, don't get me wrong, I am appreciating all the time to talk, but at the same time, we done? I apologize to everyone here who worked on this game and wants to be known, but pick up the pace a little bit, maybe? Okay, so let's see. Bullet points. This game is good, just don't think that you're gonna get sold by the characters, I guess I should say. Granted, if you've gotten this far in the game, you're already aware of that. Like, I'm sure you've already seen firsthand just how kinda cardboard each person is, and how little they actually seem to emote in any proper way that denotes that they are in a situation where everyone's fucking dying. My oxygen's not going down, so I think I'm just dead. That it? We out? Yep. Alright, so I guess I once again pushed a little too hard, and that's Moons of Madness. Alright. So it says there that I can resume, so I'm actually going to try that here after this video, and if I can, depending where it starts me out, if it starts a whole new game plus kind of situation, fuck it, but if it puts me right there at the end, I might just go through and see what happens if I just kind of wait there for the dreamers to awaken, because I'm assuming I can, for if I just wait there until my oxygen supply runs out, so instead of using the radio. So I'll try that out, but for right now, in case this is the actual ending, fucking adventure, I had a great time.